Wow, I can't get over how effective these lures are. It's got that cripple rolling action just like rolling shad, but you fish it much faster. These fish are in an aggressive mindset here and they are just slamming it. Here guys, 6 feet deep, 2.4 miles an hour. Feels like another good one. It's about the 5th fish we've got on it so far. Just biting him nice and gentle, man. He is strong. Oh, some major head shaking going on down here. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. I'm keeping a low rod here to keep him off the surface. Now he's coming my way. Wow. I can't get over how effective these lures are. It's got that cripple rolling action just like rolling shad, but you can fish it much faster. These fish are in an aggressive mindset here and they are just slamming it. There's no other lure like this out there that draws these kind of strikes. It's just very unique, very impressive lure. Right there, baby. Woo! Off the hook. Look at that fat rainbow. Look at that studly fish. He is fat. He's heavy. Get him back in the water. And of course, here is the cripple minnow in that watermelon color, man. That is just a killer lure, and it is putting big fish in the boat today. Get it back in the water. Hey guys, Cal Kellogg here. Got a viewer question today. I got a question from Trent Dearborn up in Klamath Falls, Oregon, and he asked me what is the #1 best spoon color for trout. And I gotta say, Trent, there is no best #1 spoon color. Look at the spoon kits I sell, okay? Those are the best spoon colors because it's a range of colors and what the trout want could change on any given day. Let me give you some examples here. You wanna have in your tackle box, and I don't care if you're fishing my spoons, you know, trigger spoon juniors, crippled minnow spoons, or whether you're fishing needlefish, cast masters, whatever your spoon of choice is, you need a variety of different colors. You need a dark colored spoon. It might be a frog pattern, like that frog pattern trigger right there. It might be a black spoon, but you need something dark. And you're gonna use a dark spoon like that in low light conditions. Dark spoons are very effective early and late in the day and when the skies are overcast. So you need a dark spoon. You need some metallic spoons. Metallic spoons like this copper spoon, chrome spoons, gold spoons. These are very effective when the sun is on the water. They put out a lot of flash, and oftentimes you need some made of different metals or with different metal coating on them, because sometimes a gold spoon will outperform a chrome spoon, and there's times when a copper spoon like that right there will outperform a gold spoon. So it's all about dialing in the amount of flash to the temperament of the fish on any given day. One day, a copper spoon like that can be absolutely money, but the next day, it's gonna be something like this in a, this watermelon colored crippled minnow spoon. It's gonna be a baitfish pattern spoon like that that's gonna be catching the fish. So what you want some dark spoons, you want some metallic / baitfish colored spoons, and last but not least, you want some super bright spoons. Now, if you watch the channel, you know I got a real soft spot for orange spoons, but your bright spoon, it might be a clown colored spoon, or it might be a chartreuse spoon. If you're Wes Ward, it might be a bright pink spoon. You should have a few bright colored options, brightly painted spoons, preferably with a chrome back like that. But that's gonna kind of cover most of the situations you meet on the water. A dark spoon, some metallic / bait fish pattern spoons with some slight variations to kind of dial in the bite on any given day, and some bright colored spoons like that. The bright colored stuff tends to work really well if the bite's a little bit off, or if you're fishing at a place where there's a lot of bugs in the water. Now, if I start out the day at, say I'm at Folsom Lake where they're feeding on pond smelt, I'm going to use some sort of metallic pattern spoon like that. I'm trying to imitate a pond smelt. I'd also use that at Lake Elmanor. I might have a dark spoon on early, but once the sun hits the water, I'm going to have some kind of metallic spoon on my line to imitate those pond smelt, all right? But if I'm up in the high Sierras, I may well start with the dark spoon, but when the sun gets on the water and things start going and the insects start hatching, and I can see trout, starting to chase nymphs and starting to chase insects on the surface, I'm going to go with the bright stuff, bright orange, bright pink, whatever my favorite bright colored spoon is going to be. I'm going to put that on because I'm not going to be able to imitate those little tiny mayflies and stuff that the fish are feeding on. So I really need to pique their curiosity. That's not to say that the metallics won't work in the high Sierras in that situation. I've just found that when they're doing that kind of thing, when they're feeding on something that I can't really match, the bright colored stuff is going to perform better. Lake Shasta is another great example of that. If you're down in the main body on any given day and the trout are feeding on got these bugs around me, they're feeding on threadfin shad, you're going to do well with metallics and baitfish pattern stuff just like that. But if you go up in the pit arm in the spring, when the trout are feeding heavily on plankton, that baitfish pattern stuff just isn't going to work that well. You're going to want to use the glow lures, you're going to want to use the bright colors, because you really want your lure to stand out against the background. They're not feeding on baitfish up there, they're feeding on stuff that looks like applesauce. So you really need to pique their curiosity to draw those strikes. So, that's kind of my philosophy on spoons, Trent. It's the same philosophy I have for trolling flies and plugs and stuff like that. To recap, you need some dark patterns, you need some bait fish imitators, and you need some bright colored stuff, because throughout the season, you're going to need all of those colors at different times. The dark stuff early, late, overcast days. If you go to Folsom, you want those bait fish and those metallics. If you go to French Meadows, you're going to want the bright stuff, and you're going to kind of arrive at your favorite colors. But don't get caught in a color rut. I find myself doing that some days, and I know better. I rely on orange way too much. It works for me, but it's real easy to get caught in a rut where every time you go to a lake, you put on an orange colored lure because you have a high level of confidence in it. It's very important to tailor your lures to the whims, to the temperament of the fish on any given day. If you do that, you're going to catch fish consistently, you're going to catch more fish, and that means you're going to catch more large fish. I'm signing off for now. If you're looking for trout lures in a whole range of colors, you know where to go. FishHuntShoot.com. And if you like this kind of content, if you like talking fishing tactics and hearing what I got to say, hit that subscribe button. You'll always know when I'm on here on YouTube jabbering about fishing or UFOs or whatever I'm talking about on any given day. I want to thank you guys for all the support. Be safe out on the water, wear your life jackets, and I will catch you next time right here on YouTube. Thanks for all the support, guys. I'm Kel Kellogg.